Alright guys, hello and welcome back to our next episode of our F1M24 career mode. And last time around, we left off on a good finish, investigating P2 and Sergeant getting P5. We're getting a lot better about knowing where to go on our menu here. And Budapest wasn't so great, Spa wasn't so great, neither of our drivers finishing in the top 10. But Vesti getting a P2 finish behind Sergio Perez and Alonso P3, pushing that standing up for Aston Martin, especially with that Drivers' Championship. 264 to Lando Norris's 227 in the Red Bull. And Aston Martin closing the gap, making it a three-way battle between Red Bull, McLaren, and Aston Martin for that Constructors' Championship, while we're sitting comfortably in P5. And I may have gone over it a little bit at the end of the episode. We have some research going, manufacturing some extra parts. And I decided that we're going to go ahead and start hiding some scouting, as you guys saw in, no, it was the calendar that we have scouting there. We're going to start hiding some behind the scenes stuff when it comes to scouting and contracts for next season, like we did in Season 1, to kind of not spoil the plans for next season going into 2026. And going from there, we have a little bit of money to go into before Zandvoort. Hopefully we can get some parts researched for the Monza, even though we're not simulating it. Possibly the next race, which would be Baku in Singapore. I'm not sure which, I don't remember which one of these guys I simulated through last time around. I believe it was Singapore we drove, and Baku we simulated. But I'll have to double check that after this episode. And yeah, so we're going to go through Netherlands and simulate through Monza this time around. And hope for another great finish between our drivers. And we'll go from there. So we'll see you guys here in a little bit. Alright, so here we are at the end of practice 3 for our race here in the Dutch Grand Prix. Logan Sargent top in the timetable for practice 3. Frederick Vesti back in P5. And our guys were all over the place. We got our setups just in the nick of time. Sargent just 1% off. Had to tweak the front wing a little bit, but we didn't get it. We are still in a good range here for preparation.
There's tension in the air today, so it must be time for qualifying.
Good overtaking spots at Zandvoort are few and far between, so there's a lot of pressure to get qualifying just right. Drivers will be hoping for good downforce from their car setup to keep them on the track through the long sweeping corners.
Now Karun, how do you think Zhou Guanyu will be as he heads into this session?
They weren't as quick as I expected them to be in practice. They'll want to land better lap times than that today to earn a solid position on the starting grid.
I noticed behind the scenes that my shit's been stuttering, so I probably have to update my drivers. I think it's the third time that it's done that. So while we are here, at the beginning of qualifying, we will go... Actually, let me double check. See if that is the case here. Why my game is stuttering. If not, I'll probably have to look at my settings. And there is a driver's update. So we'll go ahead and pause right here, and we'll see you guys in a second. I'll see you guys after a while, after I get this updated, and we'll be right back to qualifying here in the Dutch Grand Prix. Alright, so we are back after that driver update, and hopefully it will be better as we go back to our practice. So Logan and Tina Hausman for practice 1, Frederick Vesti P5 for practice 2, Logan P1, Frederick Vesti P5 for practice 3. So all over the place trying to get our setups in. And then going from there, we already saw that information a second ago. And we're gonna go ahead and finalize this stuff here, and we're gonna go ahead and change it up because we know we're gonna be able to get into the top 10 with at least one driver. So we're gonna go to the final runs for each qualifying, like we did in our F1 23 and 24 series. So let's get to it. Alright, so final run of Q1, and as we see Vesti in the drop zone, coming around the final few corners here. Long right-hander to open DRS. He's got 2 green sectors, so it is personal improvement. Sargent not doing so great. He's sitting up there in P9. Let's see where Vesti comes across the line. Up into P7. See if Sargent can come up with an improvement from
Possible P7.
From Sector 3. And no personal improvement, but that is good enough as of right now to get into Q2. So we're going to go ahead and fast forward a little bit, see what our times are looking like.
Currently P10. Let's cool down and box, please.
As our guys get back into the pits and see what our times are looking like here.
Yeah, I got it.
Keep your eyes on your mirrors for traffic, please.
And that's looking clear enough for us. Russell and Hamilton still haven't yet to cross the line, but we're sitting well into Q3 status here. Sargent sitting at P10 for the end of Q1. So let's get to the final round of Q2. Alright, so here we are, final run of Q2. Vesti and Sargent both borderline getting into Q3. Personal best from Vesti, but not from Sargent, as Vesti is ahead. Sargent should be getting the toe, but he's too far back. See where he ends up here. And a 108.2 up into P6. Sargent.
Okay, that's P6.
Not so much. That's
Charge on
0.7
in box. Charge on
behind
box,
the leader
box.
from Sargent, and that's going to be Sargent out in Q2. Vesti up into Q3. Still a strong fight. It was a personal best in Sector 3 for Sargent. Go ahead and sim forward to the rest of the times. Vesti should be in the clear. But we'll go ahead and see. Sargent P12. And locked in at P12. Alright, we'll see you guys for the final run in Q3.
Okay, focus on tires now. Tires are okay for now.
Alright, here we are coming around the final few corners. 2 more
Charge
right-handers to go. No personal best quite yet, but he still is looking for an improvement against Valtteri Bottas, who is ahead of him. See where he ends up, looking at a 108.2 as top time. No improvement there. So Vesti is going to be coming across the line.
So
If
currently
Alonso
P8.
can knock him down, we'll be starting in the
On charge on
5th
right away,
row.
please.
So at least we made it into Q3 with Vesti. I did feel a little bit overconfident with the parts coming into this weekend that we had, but I will make it work. We have some parts coming in for the next episode when we do play through Baku. Alright, let's get to the race.
It's a tremendous atmosphere once again here in Zandvoort, with 72 laps awaiting the drivers here today.
Zandvoort's highly banked corners make it one of the more unusual Grand Prix circuits. Dutch driver Max Verstappen won with a dominant lead here in 2021, driving the home fans to a frenzy as he did.
On the North Sea coast of the Netherlands, Zandvoort is named for the dunes that split the circuit from the water. Coastal winds sweep across this tricky track, which has a banked section steeper than most ovals. Welcome to race day, and before we get down to it, last-minute checks are being made. Well then, it's not long until we get started here. And we should be in for a tightly contested race. And as we look to Logan Sargent, you can see the focus and concentration.
Starting P10 puts them in the right place to get some points. But there's still a lot to do.
And it looks like we're good to go. Here we go.
All right, we
It's
were
the
expecting a
Dutch
rainy
Grand Prix.
race, and it's going to be rain throughout the entirety of it. 5 red lights are
And it's
on, and
lights
we are
out,
off.
And away we go.
We are deploying for both drivers. Let's go high aggression and overtake.
Let's keep the pressure on, mate.
Copy.
Keep the pressure on.
Copy.
Bestie P7 fighting for P6 against Perez. Sargent fighting for P10 against Joe. A lot of wrecks in practice in turn 3, trying to get setups finalized. And Carlos Sainz had a pit lane start. We are playing after that update. So they had a pit lane start in the back of the grid. Valtteri Bottas had a 10-place grid penalty. I don't know what for. But Piastri is leading this grid. This is what our weather is going to look like.
Comments
We
on
have
track condition when you can, please.
Vesey coming in at lap 32, and then Sargent coming in at lap 40. When the weather kind of dips down. We did drop 3 laps of fuel each.
There's nowhere to go.
Okay, let's get back on it.
Piastri holding on to a half-second lead as of right now.
So we keep focusing on the pace.
We do perform a little bit better in the rain. Or have been in the past. A pretty steady start of this race as Sainz had the fastest lap from a pit lane start. I don't know how. I don't know how your tires are overheating right now. This should be pretty cool. Not too bad.
Nice job.
And there's an
Let's
overtake
take a look
on
at the-
Alonso.
Now this is Logan Sargent. Can they squeeze by?
Nice move on the inside of that fast-paced
Can
section.
they move into 9th?
And they are looking really good. Let's go ahead and simulate through a few laps and see what happens. Alright, actually there's a yellow flag somewhere. Aaron locked up
It
turn
was the
10.
Williams driver we see there. All good at this point. And the car fails to respond. Just unable to control the car by that point.
Alright. Backed up a lot of cars there. That didn't affect us.
Nice job so far.
Alright, now let's simulate forward. And another overtake. We'll take a look at that first, actually. Alright. Nice overtake to end the lap. Our drivers are P7 and P8 to start this race, so now we can sim forward. Just about the point that I wanted to stop skipping. Kevin Magnussen in the Porsche had to spin in sector 2.
That spot.
No safety car there.
And
Our
not much
drivers
that the team
still
can
holding
do
on to
about that
P7,
one.
P8, I believe. Wait, no. Vesty is ahead. Vesty up into P5 against Verstappen. That's our interval between the drivers. So, field is pretty spread out as of right now. We are pushing very well on these intermediates. with a Vesti. Okay. I needed to check that sooner.
Okay, maximum focus on cooling down those rear tires.
I didn't realize his tire wear was going to be that bad.
And try to cool down the tires where you can. Rear is slightly coming up.
Try to mitigate that. That's on me.
Stop the lift off, please.
That overheating was doing a little bit too much because there's
Overtake
not
available.
enough rain to combat that compared to the beginning of the race. We may have made a mistake there, but he is running in P5.
Okay, keep an eye on your battery.
We may have to push him about 25 or so. We'll take a look here. 25, conserve. Create strategy, full runs. Plan A. For now, see where his tire wear goes. That is on my part.
Okay, mate, good job. P6. Gap
5 and
5.2.
P6. See that overtake on the inside, coming through to the end of the lap. Then again on the outside. Nice move.
My God, this car!
Alright. Let's go and simulate a few laps and see if we can mitigate these tire wear mistake that we had. Alright, lap 22. Sergeant is closing in on Vesti. Ugh. We may have to go plan B on this part and conserve to the end of the race. We'll wait till he gets within 1 second, which I believe 1 or 2 laps. We'll have to wait and see here. Let's start pushing for both
No
drivers.
lift and coast required.
Copy.
And a yellow flag. What happened here?
There's a yellow flag now.
Ocon, spin in turn 8. Yeah, another driver spinning out in that location.
Sorry for the up.
Is that going to be enough for a safety car? I don't believe so. Nope, Joe has some wear. Alright, let's see. Alonso getting the fastest lap. Sergeant still closing in on Vesti. Nobody has yet to come in. I believe they're all, yeah, they're all in the 60s for tire wear. And then Sergeant is another yellow flag. Paul Aaron getting another
It was
lockup.
the Williams driver we see there. Things were all right here. Well, you can see the lockup, and they'll need to be mindful of the effect that that had on the tires.
They're in the back of the field anyways. Alright, so Sergeant is within 1 second. See where everyone else is. We're gonna go ahead and pit for a new set. I don't know why it does that. We can just go to the next one.
Box.
We go ahead and pit Vesti so it doesn't
We go
affect
to Inter.
Sergeant. And it's only 2/10 of a second lost. 2/100 of a second lost. Just hope we don't have any mistakes in the pits. A nice little toe from Vesti as Sergeant continues on. I don't believe anybody else is set to come in yet until Aaron maybe.
So I'm entering the pit now.
Take it easy in the pit entry.
Alright, let's see.
Yeah, sorry.
Make sure our team does not make any mistakes, which I don't believe they will. Have to wait and see. And everything seems good. 2.6 is the stop time.
Reminder throttle on pit exit.
Not too bad of a pit stop, dropping back down to P11, ahead of Ocon, behind Hamilton. So we're still
So
on the
currently
bridge for
P11.
points.
We have Hamilton ahead.
Let's run on the border for tire
And that's
wear.
Ocon directly behind you.
Magnussen in the pits as well. All right. So we'll have to jog on into the end of the race on these set of tires. I know the weather's going to fluctuate a little bit as we go, but we'll do our best and see what we can do. All right, Valtteri Bottas also spinning in that same area, turn 8. As we come back. Bestie back on the points. Sargent still top 3 is right now. Not pitting yet. Piastri hasn't pit yet. Norris did. Alonso behind hasn't pit yet as well. As we're looking to conserve our tires for a little bit more. Another yellow flag. That is the McLaren and the wall in turn 3. That's signs.
Now this was at turn 3. And wide they go, leaving the racing line.
Turn
That
3 and
won't
turn
do
8
the floor
are
of the
very
car any
popular in
good
this
at all.
weather. Losing those valuable positions this late in the season. As we have more people coming into the pits. We want to push
No more lift and coast
defend
required.
our position.
Copy.
Bump up the standard.
Let's push, come on.
We will not need liftoff.
We want to defend right now. Because Alonso hasn't pit yet. Thinking about undercutting, but I want to come in behind Piastri.
Okay, mate, so P3. Norris the car in front.
Let's see, fastest lap in P7. And we are running an okay race right now.
Fernando the car behind. Gap behind 1.1.
Currently P7.
We are Alonso's losing time to us. Stuck in that train between Leclerc and Perez, who have both pit.
Max coming now.
Piastri's. Where is Piastri's coming in? So we'll. Can we do it right now? Is it worth doing right now? Yes, we will do it. Plan B. Plan B, pit right now. Pit behind Piastri. Hopefully Alonso will stay out.
Okay, mate, so overtake isn't available at the moment.
Copy.
Harvest what we
Okay,
can
mate, so we
before
are
the
going
end of the
to
lap.
box now. Box now.
Copy box.
Tyre to inter. Tyre to inter.
Alright, let's see here.
Slightly bigger lift and coast in all areas, please.
Alonso staying
Copy.
out.
Pin entry.
Looks very slippery.
Copy.
No issues, please. And that's a good stop. 2.4 is the time.
Okay, mate, pit lane will be clear on exit.
Doing good there. 4 points, provisional. Coming out ahead of Verstappen. Alright.
P7.
Back into P6 and P7 after our recovery from Vesti.
Verstappen is the next car back.
Alonso has yet to pit. We may
41.
bump up against him. As he's tailing
Recharge off.
behind.
Copy.
Norcy still has Leclerc and Perez behind him. But we were running good. We'll go ahead and sim forward a little bit. Make sure I'm not wasting any battery here. And go from there.
Okay, mate, good job. No more lift and coast required.
Copy.
Alright, Paul Aaron spinning again. Turn 1 this time. Not having a great race.
Yeah.
So many drivers are lapped. Paul Aaron's 2 laps down. Everybody up to signs is 1 lap down. 15 cars still in the lead lap. Vesty up in the P5. Sargent P up in P6. If I can find the right gauge. Vesty is catching up to Piastri. Sargent doing the same. As the tires are heating up a bit.
Just think about looking after this tyre where we need to.
Copy.
Just trying to manage our tires, make it within the top 10. And powertrain is... We could face a possible engine failure for Vesty the first time that would happen to us. During a race, that is. We're still hoping to finish this race in good terms. So we'll have Vesty push Alonso
Overtake available.
into the pits. I don't know if he is coming in for a 2-stop. And he has the Mercedes right behind him of Verstappen, looking to make a move there in turn 3. As we're still looking to finish at least top 5, top 6 maybe. Our pursuit is Piastri at the moment with extensive damage. So we'll see what we can do here. Alright, we're coming back lap 56. And Piastri actually came in for a pit stop. So that puts us P2, P3 on low worn tires. With about 15 laps to go, just over. Is we're looking good. We got about a 6-second gap
Recharge
from
off.
Leclerc,
Copy.
but he is closing over time. We're gonna stretch it out and defend as much as we can here at the end of this race. I think that's an Aston Martin. That was Valtteri Bottas. Yep. All right, let's go and sim forward again. All right, we're closing in. Well, Leclerc is closing in on us, so we're gonna have Sargent defend.
Back the cars behind up, please.
We want to hold on to that podium. 10 laps to go. That's why we
Overtake
topped
is
up on
available.
battery.
Yeah, got ya.
Actually, now we want to
Okay,
hold
we
on
need
to
to
there.
deploy.
Have you hold on.
Keep us posted
Track
on the conditions.
is dry, which means the conditions will heat up if they're pushing. 10 laps to go. Our focus is going to be 2 podiums. 2 drivers on podium.
That's DRS.
Come on. Defend. I will use some tire wear if I need to. I have the extra tire wear.
Next car back is Leclerc. Gap behind point 4. Okay, mate, keep it up.
Norris ahead in the Red Bull by 14 seconds.
When you can we have a phase and status update, please?
Front left is struggling a little.
Okay, and let's do a small lift off.
Front left is fine.
Okay, recharge on, recharge on.
Copy.
overtake available.
Copy.
Come on, mate, let's give it our all.
Alright. It's fine. Alright.
Let's look after these tyres just a little bit.
Yep.
Let's go recharge on.
Yeah, copy that.
Go and simulate a few. But we'll pay close attention to this fight. Alright, no chance. We tried our best.
Next car back, Perez. Gap behind 2.8. Head down. Let's keep going.
A lot of traffic going on here.
No more DRS.
Copy that.
You can use overtake.
Yeah, copy that.
Okay, we need left and
Alright.
face, please.
Copy.
Let's take a look at our standings as of right now.
Copy that.
Okay. And we did get knocked out of top 10 for fastest lap.
Solid blue.
Come on. Got the Aston Martin in the way. Great.
Stop the lift off, please.
Copy.
And I knew that was going to happen.
Now we can see what happened.
They have better
And it was
tire wear.
involving
They can push more. And then Perez. Oh, Vesti's fighting back here. Perez is 6/10 back from Sargent.
Good job. Norris in front of you.
Alright, let's sim forward a little bit to these last few laps.
Let's start to push.
Copy.
Overtake available.
Copy.
It's a rough spin there in turn 1. No safety cars this race. Perez pushes us out off the podium. We're P4, P5 right now. Alonso is 10 seconds back.
Don't worry.
And he's fighting for that
racers.
podium spot here.
Copy.
Just don't want an engine failure within the next lap and a half.
Reminder on the battery.
Copy.
Let's
You're
fight
going to
for the
push.
podium right here. Sergeant, you can go ahead and relax. He already is.
So we keep focusing on the pace.
As we continue fighting for that podium spot.
Let's try to take opportunity.
It's gonna be a train of both of us behind him.
One more lap.
Copy.
Oh, that was so close to contact. Alright, come on. Being aggressive here.
On click overtake, please.
Yeah, copy.
Actually, no, I want to save that.
Charge on.
Copy that.
Okay, maximum focus on cooling down those rear tires.
Copy.
Let's try to get in. Or we can cancel lift off.
Come on.
Okay, mate, good job. No more lift and coast required.
I got it.
Okay, keep an eye on your battery.
Yeah, copy.
Ah. Come on, right here, dude. Right here.
Okay, keep it clean. Focus on the pace.
Right here, dude. Come on. Right here. Nope. Just barely. P4, P5 for us.
Okay, we take the flag.
Alright, that's a good finish. Good fight at the end.
It's the checkered flag.
We took the risk with the old tires. Double podium for Red Bull. Alonso still putting a fight into the Drivers' Championship. Alonso taking the lead against Lando Norris. But Red Bull still holding on to that lead against Aston Martin and McLaren. The rest of our drivers come across the finish line. Verstappen all the way out in no man's land.
And in comes Max Verstappen, soon to be greeted by his team.
That marked an 8th place finish, which gives them a handful of points.
And after such a fabulous drive here today, it's no surprise to see this man land on the podium.
Win number 5 is in the bag. They pulled out all the stops, pushing hard to earn that victory.
A sea of smiles all around. They're on top of the world, here in Zandvoort.
Alright, double Red Bull podium finish. And a
Karoon, how
really
do you
good
think they'll be
finish for
feeling
us.
in the team garage at the end of that?
Well, it was a bit of a mixed bag here. Some things went their way, but others didn't. I think their main target now will be finding some consistency for sure.
And that
Alright.
then marks the end of events here at Zandvoort.
We now look ahead to the next round in Monza in Italy. The Temple of Speed is waiting, and the teams will be ready and raring to go.
Alright, so here are P4, P5 improvements from both of them. We move up into the driver standings. P7 and P9. Frederick Vesti and Valtteri Bottas fighting for the championship. And Logan not too far behind, but he is fighting Dennis Hauer in the Ferrari. And we're not in a fight with anybody right now in the Constructors' Championship, but it is Aston Martin, McLaren, and Red Bull. Red Bull beginning to pull away, while McLaren and Aston Martin are in the fight for P2. Pit stops. We did not make the top 10. We are still sitting P10 ahead of Haas, 24 points to 2 points. Wow. I wasn't able to scroll down before. But 3/10 off the best pit stop. Just over 2 seconds. We reached our target, 1.3 million. We were in the negative because of some contracts. And yeah, that doesn't show anything. I'm gonna look at that later. I don't want to spoil anything for you guys. But we're gonna go ahead and simulate to the end of Monza. So we'll see you guys in a second. Alright, so here we are for the results of Monza. As you guys can see, we are nowhere near top 10. Vesti in 12th, Sargent in 19th. That puts us back down to 8th and 10th in the standings of fighting Valtteri Bottas and Dennis Hauger. And the constructors fight is just ever so closer. McLaren ahead because they have more wins apparently. More wins, more podiums. More podiums, fastest laps, and more pole positions. So they get P1, Red Bull P2, and Aston Martin close behind in P3. As we're still holding on to P5. Mercedes moving up into P8 against Sauber and Porsche. Alpine still back there in P9. pass this pit stop? No, we did not. Still ahead of Haas. Yeah, 0.276 away from the minimum. And then one of our drivers reached our target of Frederick Vesti. And that's pretty much mellow. Dan Fallows upgrade. And then we got a new regulation vote coming in. Car parts. Install replacement. Side pod. Install replacement. Install replacement. You don't have any more engine parts, do you? You can last one more race on that. ERS. No. Ugh. We'll do one more race and we'll buy you parts. Gearbox is going out too. That one has a fault. Give more percentage. We'll do that. Go to the old part first. All your shit's on medium risk. Go straight to this. Oh no. I didn't want you guys to see that. Fuck. We'll go over the regulation vote in the next video. So, if you guys want to scroll back to the information, you can. But without further ado, we'll see you guys in the next one.